What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be answering the question of whether or not the Mathews LIFT X is worth the upgrade. Is this a good bow? Now, I've already done an in-depth review, came out probably like a day or two after the bow came out, and it's been a little over a month since then. I've been shooting this bow. This is a different one than what I was using for the review. I used our demo model at the shop for the review, but this is my own setup, and I wanted to answer the question for you guys. Is it a good bow after a month of experience with it? I've been in the woods with it a fair bit. I've been shooting it a ton around the house, and just want to give you guys an accurate representation of this bow, and especially for someone that is considering upgrading to this from the Lift. Is that a good option? So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. Just going to be running through my setup, my experiences with it, shooting it a little bit just for fun, and anyways, just giving you guys kind of a rundown on why I think it is a good bow, and also kind of the pros and cons. So basically, like, should you upgrade from the Lift to the LIFT X? We're going to be answering that question in today's video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, got some arrows, going to do some shooting. Before we do that though, I'm going to run through my setup real quick. So this here, obviously LIFT X, I went with the 29.5. I was originally considering the 33 because I lean more towards a longer bow, more stability, better performance downrange, but ended up going with 29.5 for a couple reasons. One, because I am such a big bow hunter, I wanted something a little bit shorter, a little easier to maneuver, especially getting in and out of tree stand. I started saddle hunting this year as well, so there's that. My only concern with the 29.5 was whether or not it would be right for my size. I'm like 6'1"-ish, 6'1.5", somewhere right in there, and most of the time you're gonna be more comfortable with a longer bow if you're in that like 5'11" to 6 foot plus height range, is what I typically would say. But wanted to go with a shorter bow, give it a try, and so far I'm absolutely loving it. The other day I shot at 100 yards for the first time. I've only shot 100 yards, like 4 times in my life probably. I just haven't had the space to do it. Thankfully I have space out here to do it. I had arrows about that far apart, so I was very happy with that. But anyways, getting my setup, 20.5-inch lift in the earth color, which I think looks pretty sweet. As far as sight goes, we got the HHA Tetra with the UltraView UV3 XL scope on there. So it is a pretty high-end sight setup, and I'm very happy with it. Been performing very well. We got the Mathews Low Pro Quiver, 10-inch bridge lock stabilizer. Just got these limb legs on there as well. Oh, and the QAD MX2, the Integrate version, Mathews edition with their little logo on it. So I went all out on the setup. We got pretty much the best of the best stuff you could get. And first time I've ever done that on a bow. I'm absolutely loving it. It's been a really fun bow to shoot. Like I had the V3 before this. I enjoyed shooting it, but there's just not really comparison. Like this one, it's a lot more fun to shoot. I think a lot of you guys will probably know what I'm talking about. It's one of those bows, like you pick it up, you don't really want to stop shooting. Like I said, I was a little concerned about the length of the 29.5, how it'd perform, especially long distance, and it's performing much better than my 31 V3 did. It might be that I just perform better with a shorter bow. I know that can be the case for some people. It may be that the 29.5-inch LIFT X, it might be that much better than the V3. There's a few year gap there, so a lot has improved in technology since then, but for whatever reason, I'm shooting very, very good with the 29.5, very pleased with it. And real quick, we're just gonna shoot, oh, forgot to mention, UV B-roll grip on there as well. I do really like the new Mathews grip system, but I'm a huge fan of the UltraView grip as well, so ended up going with that on there. Now, we're gonna shoot a bit at 20 yards. I've only got 4 arrows here. I've gone through a ton of arrows in the last week. So we got 4 mismatched arrows. 2 are Victory V-Forces, 2 are Victory Rip TKOs. I'm not too sure what the weight difference is on these, but we are about to find out. Honestly, I kind of picked bad timing to film this video because I don't even have 4 matching arrows. Okay, 30 yards, dial down real quick. Shooting a V-Force first. We'll see where this one goes. Okay, flies about the same at 30 yards. Also, I mentioned this in my review, and I got a couple comments kind of like contradicting me. people not too happy about me saying this, but the draw cycle on this bow is much smoother than the Lift was from last year. And my thought process for that is the difference in the grip, because the grip is extremely different and that can affect draw cycle comfort. And also with the tuning system, I think it affected how aggressive the draw cycle is. It is much less aggressive than the Lift was last year. It still kind of has that very steep incline and then dump like a Mathews does. It's not linear like a Hoyt, but I think this draw cycle is much, much smoother than the Lift was last year. Oh yeah, like way smoother. Perfect. It feels so good. Like it is, man, it's just a hammer of a bow. It shoots so good. Again, like I was talking about, it is a bow that you don't really want to put down. Shoots incredibly well. We're gonna back out pretty far in this video, just because the draw cycle is unbelievably smooth. Okay, not bad at 30. Not my best group ever, but yeah, let's go pull the arrows. Okay, actually it's better than I thought. We just have one flyer basically. One flyer, that was first arrow, and then 3 really tight ones, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll say this is the most forgiving bow. Okay, outside of the RX-8. I shot the RX-8. My buddy has RX-8. Shot it. I've shot the RX-9 as well. I gotta give it a Hoyt. They have the most forgiving bow on the market right now. I'd say Mathews is a very, very close second. And this is the most forgiving bow I've shot personally, like that I've owned and shot personally. Film? Yep. Okay, so had to come out here and refilm this because realized microphone died. The wind has really picked up too. It is super, super breezy now, but we're back at like 60-ish yards. So we're gonna do this again. Real quick before we did though, I want to say I'm pretty impressed with the Lift long distance. Been shooting it a fair bit long distance, like 60 plus yards. Very impressed with it. Been doing really well, performing really well, and overall very happy with performance long distance out of this thing so far. But anyways, yeah, gonna take a few shots real quick and then I'll run through a few more things I want to talk about, some more high points I want to hit in this video. Not sure how well these arrows are gonna fly because of the wind, but we're gonna shoot them anyway. I'm just like shaking so bad because of this wind. It's been like, it was rainy earlier, really overcast, rainy, super windy all day. Now it's sunny again. It's a weird weather day. This is not gonna be a good group. See if we can do better with these last 2 arrows. I don't think that was too bad. The wind is just crazy. Like Carson, camera guy right here, he's having a hard time hearing me talking. We're like side by side. I mean, it's unreal. I don't even know. I've got this little fuzzy thing on the mic, but it might not be doing too much. So maybe you can hear me now. I don't know. It's pretty bad though. Okay. I mean, goodness. Yeah, let's get down, take cover behind the target. No, but actually though, not bad at 60. We have one, this was the last one. I knew it was left because we just had a crazy gust come through and I felt the bow just whip. But, I mean, these 3 are not bad at 60. Each one's a dead deer, so not too bad, not my greatest though. Pretty happy with that. We are going to have to wait till this wind dies down to film the rest. Real quick, before we wrap it up, I want to give my final thoughts on it, whether I think it's a good value or not, whether I think you should upgrade, and my overall experience with the Lift X, and I guess you can kind of say like my rating on it, what I think of it after a month of shooting. So we're gonna do that and then we'll wrap up this video, close it out. That is our 60-yard group. Not too shabby considering we've got hurricane force winds out here, but anywho, let's do it. All right, had to move around a little bit, kind of get some shelter from the wind. Where we're at now isn't quite as open, so a little bit better for audio. But after a month with the Lift X, of being in the whitetail woods, of shooting it in the range, all kinds of stuff, messing around with it. Really, I have messed around with this bow more than I have any other bow, just tweaking things, kind of changing my setup, trying to get it locked in, dialed for whitetail. This thing has been absolutely great. I'm very happy with pretty much everything about it.
Wind is literally blowing me. I'm like moving.
It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, you saw it was a pretty solid group at 60 yards considering the wind we've got right now. Pretty crazy. But it's performed better than I expected, honestly, which is what you want out of a bow, obviously. For someone that's wanting to upgrade to the Lift X possibly, especially from the Lift, I'd say it just depends. You know, I'm not gonna give an answer like yes, no, but it depends on your circumstances. If you can sell your Lift for like, say, $1,000, pay like $400 with tax for the Lift X, I would definitely say it's worth it. But if you're just the kind of person, you just got a bow and you're kind of getting started, maybe you got a face forward, maybe you got a Lift, a V3, V3X, somewhere right in there, or maybe you're not sure if archery is really your thing, or maybe archery isn't really your thing, but you do it the bow hunt, I wouldn't say this is a big enough change in Mathews technology to justify that upgrade. However, for someone that's very into it, they knocked it out of the park this year, building off the platform of the Lift. Very well done, making improvements in the right direction, improvements where you want to see improvements. Tuning system has worked incredibly well. For someone that works at a bow shop, I see it just about every single day in person, people using it, and it works very well. The new Bond grip system is really awesome as well. Speeds out of this thing are incredible, and overall just an absolutely great bow. There's a lot of people saying this bow is the same bow as the Lift from last year. I can see where they're coming from. It's same riser design, same limb design, obviously upgraded limb technology, but same limb design. Everything looks the same, and performance wise is fairly similar, but I will say this is a bigger change than what most people think. It is worth taking a look at if you're in the market for a new bow, and it's definitely, like I said, just making steps in the right direction, building off the platform of the Lift, which was a great platform, one of Mathews' best-selling bows, if not their best-selling bow. And overall, just, again, super solid bow. I really don't have any complaints after a month of shooting this thing. Yeah, again, no complaints, nothing bad to really say about it. Very impressed with its performance, and super happy with it. Can't wait for another season with this thing. We're wrapping up our season here in Florida. Unfortunately, we've only got like a week and a half left, which really stinks, but I've gotten quite a few sets in with this thing, and really enjoying it. Just a overall solid bow, very pleased with it, and I think you guys will be too. So head out to your local shop, at least get one in your hands, shoot it a little bit. If you're in the Jacksonville area, stop by Arrows Unlimited. We've got these on hand, got plenty in stock if you guys are interested. And that will be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.